We're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and the debate just finished, and so now we're in the spin room. And since it's the spin room, we should take a spin around the spin room. As you can see, it's kind of festive in here. In fact, it looks a little like Cirque du Soleil. And except for the French-Canadian part, that's actually appropriate, because pretty soon it's going to be a circus in here. There's a bunch of representatives from each of the campaigns who's going to come here, stand under these little signs, and tell us how great their candidate did. Of course, you and I know that not every candidate did that great, but that's okay. That's why they call it spin. It's also a little hushed in here right now, because Hannity's doing a show over there and everyone's in awe of the Fox News presence. Stick with us. We'll find some people, we'll ask them how their candidate did, and guess what? They're going to tell us their candidate did great. The tax question, the governor seemed a little unprepared for that question. Did he not know that it was coming?
Oh no, he's answered this question before. I think he's given every indication that during the tax filing season, if he's the nominee, in accordance with the precedent that's been set in prior presidential election years, that he will release his returns.
Was it a strategy to get the debate more about super PACs and the ads rather than about the actual meat of the question with regard to bank capital history?
Well, I think the governor's strategy was to answer all the questions that were put to him. I think these debates have turned into a Bashmit exercise, but that Mitt Romney comes out of these debates, these encounters, much stronger than he went in, simply by virtue of the fact that he survived the attacks.
Did the governor feel like he was being bashed tonight?
Oh, did you watch the debate?
I'm asking you.
Yeah,
Is that what he felt?
I haven't talked to him, but I thought that the strategy of his opponents was to attack.
Do you agree with him that South Carolina is at war with the federal government?
Yeah, I think you could say whatever words you want. What I will tell you is the hardest part about my job has been President Obama. He's fought us on NLRB and Boeing jobs. He fought us on illegal immigration. Department of Justice is now fighting us on voter ID. So what I will tell you is we need a partner in the White House, not somebody that's hurting us. We need someone that understands we're recruiting businesses to this state. We don't need somebody trying to push them out. And I think Mitt Romney is that person. There was only one clear business person on that stage, and it showed.
As president, he will utilize the troops overseas without asking Congress's permission at times?
The president is authorized under our Constitution when there is an imminent attack and a clear threat to use force and not have to go and have war declared first. However, if they're going to stay in the field of battle, he needs to go to the Congress, declare war. And if we're thinking about a war and there is no imminent attack, but we're thinking about going to war, say we decide that Iran's stirring up and we might need to put them down. It's the Congress that needs to decide that by voting to declare war, not the president.
Last question. Former Speaker Gingrich really pushed back at the idea that Osama bin Laden, the most notorious terrorist who killed thousands of Americans on American soil, was equivalent to a Chinese dissident looking for refuge in the United States. What's your reaction to that?
My reaction is that Congressman Paul wanted to get Osama bin Laden. He wanted to get him 10 years ago in 2001. If you listen to the interview that they reference, all he was saying was that perhaps we could have done it a different way 10 years after the fact, after we botched it. Should we have gone in and tried to arrest him rather than just shooting him in the head? Could we have brought him out? Could we have gotten a lot of valuable military intelligence out of it? At the end of the day, though, he's glad Osama bin Laden's dead. He, as president, would have killed Osama bin Laden. He would have made sure we got him 10 years ago and not waiting 10 years after he continued to plot and mastermind and lead a terrorist organization trying to kill Americans.
But I just want to be clear, he would have ordered the kill order now, 10 years later as well?
I think most likely he would have set our seals in and said, arrest him if you can, shoot him if you have
to. Wish we'd have covered a few more topics, but
what topics?
Well, healthcare is a big deal, and again, there's the fact that we didn't have any discussion about healthcare, and which is the most important issue in this campaign, and it's the fundamental disqualifier from the standpoint of looking for someone with a clear contrast with President Obama. Governor Romney simply doesn't live up to that contrast, and it's a very serious issue, and one that we are discussing and will continue to discuss. And the people of South Carolina know that if you're going to win the general election, you've got to have someone who can take on the issue of big government, and Governor Romney fails on a lot of fronts.
I think that tonight was a good night for the governor. He didn't make any mistakes. I think other candidates had good nights too. I don't think the governor. We can expect the governor to be, the absolute winner each time, and these other people have become very, very good at this. I guess when you do something 17 times, it proves that you can become quite adept. So I think there was the key tonight, I think, for the others, since the governor is running ahead, was to do something to slow him up. I think they did not lay a glove on him. There was, may have done well themselves, but they did not do anything to slow up the governor. So I'm hoping that the trend, the momentum that the governor came into this state with continues right through Saturday. But